students. Today I will explain you animal husbandry from the chapter Improvement in Food Resources. What is animal husbandry? It is a scientific management of livestock. Here we use the scientific methods of rearing, feeding, breeding, disease control and utilization of animals. Okay, here we can rear lots of cattle, goat, sheep, poultry and fish farming. Now the various elements of animal husbandry. Here we take care about the proper feeding of animals, we provide them clean drinking water, proper shelter and prevention and cure of their diseases, and the most important, proper breeding of animals. In animal husbandry, we will discuss in detail about cattle farming, poultry farming, fish farming and apiculture. First, cattle farming. Cattle, here it is a practice of rearing cattle by providing facilities for raising livestock. Okay, so we can rear cows, buffaloes, sheep, goat, pigs, etc. And usually in cattle farming we use raise of cows and buffaloes as an important livestock. If we are talking about cow, then we have indigenous species, means local species, means Indian species, that is Bos indicus, and we have indigenous buffaloes species, that is Bos bulbelis. We rear the cattle for two main purposes, that is one for the getting milk and they are called milch animals, and others are used for the labor work in farmhouse, they are called draught animals. Okay, so we go for the breeding according to the need. Like we have some exotic breeds or the foreign breed, that is Jersey and Brown Swiss, but they are not remain very healthy in Indian surroundings, and these are the local breeds Red Sindhi and Sahiwal. They are very healthy and they are resistant to the diseases. So by breeding in between these two, we can get the hybrid which produce good quantity and quality of milk, and they are healthy and disease resistant. Usually we breed in between the exotic and local breeds to get a hybrid where we increase the milk production. Milk production, actually it is a duration of milk after the birth of a calf. Okay, so milk production indirectly or directly depend on the duration of lactation. So we go for the breeding and we get such kind of hybrids for the purpose. Now these are the advantages of crossbreeding. First, it increases the milk production, it increases resistance against diseases, it used to enhance the varieties of longer lactation period, and it rely on less amount of quality feed. Now it is a practice of management for cattle farming. So we have to manage lots of things, like we have to provide clean and proper shelter to the cattle. They also need regular brushing to remove dirt and loose hair. Their shelter should be well ventilated, roof sheds to protect them from rain, heat and cold. The floor of the cattle shed should be slopy, so to keep it dry, okay, and it will facilitate the cleaning process. On the other hand, we have to also manage their food. So food requirement, it can be categorized in two purposes. Number one, for maintenance, just the food to support the animal to live a healthy life. Second, for producing milk, the type of food that is required during that lactation period for the good quality of milk. So we can categorize the food in two categories. First is roughage, second is concentrate. Roughage, it is fibrous, having low nutrients like green fodder, legumes, etc. Concentrates, they are low in fiber but contain high levels of proteins and other nutrients. Example like cereals like gram, bajra, etc. Okay, so we have to provide these nutrients and some other micronutrients also needed at the time of lactation period. So we have to maintain the ration, proper ration of the cattle. Other than this, animal husbandry also explained to protect the animals from the diseases. They also get the disease from the parasite. The parasite may be external like lice, mites, and it may be internal like some bacteria, viruses and fungus. So there is need a proper cleaning to protect them from these pathogens, and for the protection of a number of disease we can go for a preventive measure, that is vaccination, to protect them from some fatal diseases. This about next is the poultry farming. Poultry farming, it involves the rearing of domestic fowl for the production of eggs and chicken meat. So we have used the fowl for the egg production, we have layers, and for meat we have boilers. Okay, by the cross breeding in poultry, we develop the new variety with desirable trait. Okay, like Indian breed, there is a Ashil is crossed bred with the foreign breed Leghorn. These are the pigs of Ashil and Leghorn. Ashil is Indian breed and Leghorn is exotic breed, and we get the hybrid which have the desired quality. Like if we need the egg production, we prepare that layer of particular category variety of fowl, and if we want to rear the fowl for meat, then we make the boilers. In poultry farming, we need a good management, maintain the optimum temperature, provide hygienic conditions. Then their food, we have to provide protein rich diet with high levels of vitamin A and K to the boiler in comparison to the layers, and preventing and controlling pests and diseases. Next is fish production. Fish production, fish farming is also called aquaculture. This is the culturing of fish for commercial purpose, and it is a very good source of animal protein. If we talk about the types of fishery, we can divide it a number of ways. Like first is fin fishery and shell fishery. Fish production, that is true fish are called fin fishery like katla and rohu, and the shell fish such as prawns and mollusks come under the heading of shell fishery. Next we can categorize it capture fishery and culture fishery. Capture fishing involves the capturing of fish from the natural water bodies like from the sea water or from the freshwater river and ponds, while culture fishery involves culturing the fish in small enclosures. Okay, now capture fishing can be done at marine or in freshwater. It is called inland fishery. So depend on the water, is it a salt water, it is called marine fishery. If we are doing in freshwater, it is called inland fishery. Culture fishery, it involves the rearing of fish in small structures like wells, and this fish farming can be done in the rice field where both grains and fish can be harvested from the same farm. Now, if we are using the culture fishery, then we adopt a new concept that is called composite fish farming. Composite fish farming is rearing of different varieties of fish in the same area. How we can use a pond? Like we can use the surface feeder Katla, or then we use the middle zone of the pond, we can use Rohu. Then we can use mrigal and common carp as bottom feeder, and grass carp, that is feed on the weeds, that is unwanted plant in the ponds. In this way, a single pond can be utilized and we can get the different varieties of fish in the same space. These species can coexist in a single pond and thus increase the yield of fish from the pond. So, it is very beneficial concept. Next concept comes is marine fishery. Mariculture is the culture of fish in marine water. It involves fishing in the salt region. Marine fishery involves the fishing in the salt water region, and marine fishes are pomfret, tuna. They are very good market value. Okay, these fishes are captured by locating the large schools of fish in the open sea, and it is done with the help of even satellite and echo sounders. Marine fish of high economic value are farmed in sea water. Shellfish such as prawn, mussels and oysters, they are also farmed in sea water, and oysters are also cultivated for their pearls. So, we not only depend on the marine fishery, we can go for the mariculture. We can culture these organisms which can grow only in salt water. Inland fishery, it involves freshwater canals, ponds, reservoirs from where fish are captured. Estuaries are the regions where fresh water mixes with seawater, and these are the rich source of fishes. Now, if we are doing culture fishery, either freshwater or marine, in case of fishes, they produce egg only during rainy season. So, fish farming encounters the problem of lack of quality seed or eggs. Okay, so we can use this technique, hormonal stimulation. In this, fishes are injected with hormones that stimulate the production of eggs or seed. This ensures the supply of pure fish seed in desired quantities. Next in animal husbandry is apiculture. It is a scientific method of rearing honey bees for honey and wax. And the rearing, we use the bee hives. They are called apiaries, where we use these bee apiaries or bee farms. They can be established on for commercial production of honey bees, beekeeping, and we can use different varieties of honey bees for the production of honey. The honey is very important. It is a good nutrient value. It is also has a medicinal value, and wax is also obtained from these hives, that is used in ointments, polishes, etc. There are lots of honeybee varieties, like indigenous species are Apis indica, Apis dorsata, that is rock bee, Apis florea, little bee, and some are the exotic varieties like Apis mellifera, that is Italian bee, and Apis adamsoni, that is South African bees. Out of these, Apis mellifera, that is Italian bee, is the best one for the apiculture because their honey quality is very nice and they are stingless. So, rearing of bees is quite easy in case of Italian bees. Thank you.